How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another video. My name is Alex. You're watching Izzy's Autos. Today we're going to be taking out the carpet from my 1977 Datsun 280Z. It stinks, it looks ugly, and quite frankly, it's just got to go. So stick around and let's see what we find underneath the carpet. Okay, so the reason I am taking apart the carpet is because it looks old, there's tons of sun fade, and quite frankly, the inside of this car smells like 1970s ball sack. So I want to take care of that. We're going to be taking out every little piece of carpet that you find in the inside of this vehicle. The back, the bottom parts here by the seats, everything's going to go. Probably going to have to take out the seats to get under there, so that might be a little bit fun. And I'm definitely going to be putting on some gloves, because I'm probably going to be finding some dirty pubes and a lot of other ugly stuff that I'm not really inclined on touching with my bare skin. So let's get going. All right, so with the 280s, they actually had carpet all the way around the entire bottom part of the car. The 240s you probably have seen has the diamond quilted vinyl. Well, this one has all been laid out with carpet. I don't know why they did it, maybe for humidity reasons. But anyhow, we're going to be removing that. As you can tell, there's a lot of sun fade and the carpet's brown, and it also kind of feels a bit sticky, which is kind of nasty. So we're going to be removing that stuff, and it's pretty much the same situation there too. Now if we go to the back is pretty much the exact same thing. So it's all faded, it all looks pretty nasty. So let's start taking this stuff apart. Okay, so we're gonna start with taking off the center console. So you're gonna find a screw right there. There's gonna be one inside the glove box. There's going to be another screw. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a screw right there. We're gonna have to remove, and I think there are gonna be a couple more just on the sides of those, the two sides right here. So we're gonna start with that job. So we got the bolt out here, we got the two back here, and then we've also got the one right in the middle on the glove, or the little center console there. Now let's take out this one. And of course it's not the right size. Classic. And I apologize beforehand for the lighting. It's probably not the best. Stuck on something, looks like. Yikes. All right, I hope that's okay. Okay, that should make things easier. Ooh, look at all of the electronics on the... Ooh. All of the electronics on the bottom. Oop, scheiß. Oop, scheiß. I feel like I'm gonna fuck something up here. Let's look underneath. Gotta do lots of unplugging and shit. Okay, now you don't want to forget. Jesus, that looks rusty. You don't want to forget to unplug all of the wires and the clips here, because if you pull that and it breaks, you're going to be very angry, because I'm assuming the parts are going to be very hard to find. So I'm just going to unplug that and plug all these wires, and then that's another step done in the process. Yeah, so that's all out. Aside from this rusty ass spot right here. Come on, focus. Everything else looks okay. Got the shifter boot here, which is torn completely. Fingering that thing. So yeah, I'm probably gonna have to need one of... Oh. Okay. So yeah, that's completely gone. Need to replace that part, and yeah, big fail there. Just gonna leave that. Okay, so I'm gonna try and remove all this carpet without having to take out the seats. So the next step for me is going to be to work on this right there. So you're gonna see a couple clips and screws that run along this black trim piece. So I'm gonna be removing those, taking that whole part out so that I can start peeling away the carpet. Okay. I should probably use a mask, but in light of Corona, there aren't many masks available out there, so looks like I'm just gonna have to pick up some disease from the 70s. This is like, it looks like the owner, or one of the previous owners, put some sort of, oh, there are two bolts here, or maybe I think they're clips that I have to move. It looks like they put some kind of goo on here to keep the carpet in place or from moving. It's kind of strange. So I'm having to like really peel out because it's not coming out that easily. So anyway, I'll keep on going. If you're stuck under the seat, you're getting torn off. No. What's wrong?
Why you do this to me? Bastard. Why you do this to me?
Looks like it's wedged under the... Fuck it, I'm ripping it off. I don't care. Ripping it off. This carpet's going bye-bye anyway. 1, 2, 3, and tug, and no, it's not coming out. Okay. And... Seriously? Oh, this is nasty. Holy shit. Holy. Whew. Wow. All right. So here we go. That is the bottom of the 280C. And you know what? I've seen worse ones. I really have. There's a little bit of, that's really surface rust. That's just surface rust. Oh, hold on, sorry. Come on, focus, there you go. That's really just surface rust. That's not too bad. There's a little plug down there of some sort. I would imagine that's for water that gets there. But yeah, actually, you know what? It's all right. It's all right. I'm kind of surprised. I'm happy that it's like this for sure. And over the years, I would imagine that, you know, they thought of more things as the years went on to make the floorboards a little bit less of a rust issue. If anything, there's more rust along this side here. But yeah, not bad at all. Okay, one side's down. Now, the second side. Compared to the driver's side, this one, I'm gonna actually try and remove the seats. I would imagine it's probably gonna make life a little bit easier. Sure, it might take a little bit more time, but it's probably just gonna make life a hell of a lot easier if I just do it the right way. So we're gonna start with removing the passenger seat. So to remove the seats, obviously you're gonna have to get yourself a socket. These are what it looks to be 12 millimeter bolts. So just get your 12 mil and start fapping away. Question. Let's do a vote in the comments section here. Do you guys prefer the old school classic mechanical analog feeling of removing bolts and screws with old school tools, or do you prefer just using a drill? For efficiency's sake, obviously a drill's better, but I just like the feeling of cranking through screws and removing things the old way. Comment section below, which one's better? Okay, now be gentle when you're removing this seat. The last thing you want to do is to start scratching your interior panels with the legs on the seat rails, so just be careful and be mindful of that. Also, before you remove, you just want to make sure that there's no wires underneath. For modern cars, you'll probably find your airbag wire and whatnot, so just bear that in mind. But this isn't a modern car, this is a Datsun. Oops. Remember how I said try not to scratch the car? Alright, so it looks like we got ourselves a bolt with some pubes on there. Nasty. So we'll put that off to the side. We've got a receipt that's kind of wet and moist. What's this from? Label. Amount purchased. Garbage. And a really gross looking wrapper. Alright, also garbage. And now, the fun part. What the Scheiße is this? Ugh. Oh dear. Look at that. Oh dear. What the hell is this? It's got lots of nasty stuff on there. I'm just gonna leave this. I'm just gonna leave that there. Okay. So that's the bottom. So far, not bad. Not bad at all. I've seen worse up to now, but the interesting part is gonna be that section. So let's see what it's gonna turn out like. All right. Boy, let's get this out. All right. So here we go. That's what this side looks like. And there is maybe a little bit, maybe just a little bit of rust in that area. I know underneath the car, that little spot right there that I'm pointing at actually does have a small hole there. But overall, it actually doesn't look bad. So I honestly think that's a solid win for me there. Just gonna take a bit of a closer look. So there is some rust residue there. And look at all of the bits and pieces of weather and outdoorsiness that you find. So that right there, this little spot is where I know that shit is kind of rusty, because I know that there's a little minor hole there. I'm tempted. Does this come out? This stuff's pretty lodged in there, but I was kind of tempted on removing that, but I'm just gonna leave it. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave that side where it is. All right. Now for this section, so you're gonna have to remove the shifter boot, or the shifter boot. All right, so for this section, you're gonna have to remove the handbrake boot. You're gonna find 4 little clips there. You pop that off. Just gonna be careful with that wire right there for the park brake. I'm just gonna cut around the shifter. Why do I keep saying shifter out? I'm gonna just be cutting around the handbrake because I'm not gonna be reusing this carpet anyway. But with you, if you're planning on reusing a carpet, you're probably gonna have to remove the handbrakes just so that you don't start tearing away at anything. So just bear that in mind. All right, so we've got all of the cabin part, if you want to call it that, carpet all gone. So the driver's side and the passenger side has been removed. Overall, I'm quite happy not to see that much rust. I think if anything, it's mostly just surface rust. The only one spot I know that does have a little bit more of an area of concern was that little corner piece right there on the passenger side. But overall, it looks really, really good. And I'm really happy with not finding any scary things under there. So A+ to that. Now, we are going to be removing the trunk carpet. So for that, we're going to have to start with removing all of those screws. And I honestly think this one is going to be a little bit more straightforward to remove than the carpet for the driver and the passenger seat. So let's get it started. So it looks like you're going to have to unbolt the cargo straps on those two ends and then on the back to remove the whole thing. Okay, so I removed those screws. So now I'm assuming we just lift up and let's tearing back here. Come on. Yeah. In the back here is where you'll find your spare tire, and this is the original Datsun Space Saver spare tire inflator. Factory. Got the factory toolkits there too. Got the jack. So I'm not going to be taking this out because the carpet sits just over top of this. So lots was done today. Lots of good stuff, lots of good information for all Datsun owners is to look at the floorboards and see what they're dealing with. Aside from a little bit of surface rust you find here and there, this interior looks like it's in really, really good shape. So anyhow, hopefully this helped all of you guys today. I really hope you enjoyed today's episode and video of the Datsun. So if you do have any questions, leave them in the comments section below. I'll be more than happy to answer. Consider subscribing to this channel. Lots more car content coming. I'm trying to get at least one video out every week or maybe every 2 weeks. So whether it's on this old thing, whether it's on my 350 that none of you guys have seen yet, or other cars coming on the channel, consider subscribing. Smash that like button as well. That'll help me a lot because it takes a little bit of time to do. I'm doing this myself, don't have any time. So thank you to the tripod who also helped me for this whole video. Thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully this helped you out, and we'll catch you in the next video.